So just to recapitulate, okay? So we have implemented a RecyclerView. In order to have a RecyclerView, we use the component from here, the container. In order to use it, we need for each item, we need a layout. Okay. In our case, we put 2 text views, but we could put here images, we could put buttons, we could put other views here. Okay. And we need an array adapter that's going to adapt the content from an array, a normal array, a list that we have here, to the view. So in order to do that, we have a view holder that you hold the content. For example, the content in this case is 2 text views, and also the click listener that we have implemented in order for us to have the clicks on the buttons. And we need 3 functions to create. So you're going to create view holders that they create of the 2 text views. And we have also the bind view holder that you put the content on the view holder and the get item count. Just for us to see, okay, I show you that we have here, showed you that we have the log cat, that we can see every log from the system. A lot of logging is being happening. Normally we see errors here, so we have here the log cat. And we can also type information here if we want to know some extra information that we can put on screen. Okay. For example, I want to see when a view holder is created. Okay. So I'm going to put a log. Okay. We have a log from Android YouTube. Okay. And we can put a log for errors, for debugging, for warnings, and what the F. I think it's supposed to mean something else, but they say is what about a terrible failure? Okay, but so I'm going to debug here to know when it was created. Every log has a tag and a message. Okay, so the tag will be, I'll call it view holder, and I'll call it here created. Okay. Just for me to have something, I will also create here a counter, and I'm going to do counter plus plus, so I know how many times this function was called. Okay. And also I'm going to have a log, other log for when it's binded with the position. Okay, when it's get bind. Okay, so just this to log message. Okay. Yes. Where is? The counter is just up here. Is int counter equals 0 here. Okay. Okay, now if we press with open here logcat and press play, we have a message, but is together with all of the message. Okay, so let us use the tag here and to filter. Okay. So we have seen that has been created 18 and binding 17. Why is that? Normally you put a little bit more because you have scrolling, maybe it's showing, for example, the 17 is showing, but just part of it, okay? So if I press up and create more items, we see I have created here 22, but after that no one gets created, okay? So and if I go back up, it will bind the first one, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on, okay? So it creates a little bit more, but now no one gets created, it's just binded, okay? Because it keeps recycling this view holder, okay? Just for you to see, okay? If you need debugging or some kind of, normally this log can be useful for you, okay? And now let's implement. Now I want, when I press the product, to go to a second screen, second activity, okay? So let us create a second activity, okay? So file, new, activity, empty activity. You're going to create a second activity. I will call it product detail activity. You generate the layout file, no launcher, and the source code will be in Java. Int here, yes, and int count, integer, yes, counter equals 0. And now we're going to create this empty activity just to have the name and the quantity of items, okay? So just file, new, activity, empty activity. Product detail activity, and finish. So first, let's create our layout. So the layout will be pretty simple, just to edit text. Okay, so plain text one for the name of the product. Okay, the constraints, and one for a number for the quantity. Okay. I will not put a save button. Okay. Actually, when you press back, you're going to save the information on the way back. Okay.
So we need the on-press press.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So now let's change the IDs. So the first ID will be name edit text, and I will also get rid of the text name here. And then the second one, I'm going to quantity edit text as the ID. So I change both IDs. Okay, now we have some errors of design. Let's check that out. So I'm going to press here, and it's asking to put one resource for speakable text. So let's go to the string file and create a string name. I will be product name, product name, string name product, quantity product quantity. Okay, so I'm just going to put these two lines on the string file. Okay, and we are going to go back to the activity. So now we're going to fix. So for the name, we are going to have product name, also fixed. Also product quantity. Oops, I put it the wrong one. Here on quantity. Yeah.
Search for me. I can't find it. I also can't find it.
Yeah, I cannot find it, so I move to the code. And hint here, string duct quantity. Okay. Also the touch target to fix. Autofill, I will say import autofill no. Autofill, imported autofill no. And
What's autofill?
autofill, automatically filling. So when you start typing, for example, your email, it puts like @Gmail, stuff like that. Okay, so help you out.
It will predict what your tag next.
No, it's going to save previous information that you already put there. Okay. Also the contact rate, let's fix that, and also fix this contact rate. And we don't have any more warnings here. Okay. Now let's implement the code. So we are going to the main activity. Now when the user press the add button,
I'll click
instead of us adding here, we are going to show the second screen. So how do we do that? We have the intent for that. Oops. Intent equals new intent main active.this, the context, and what's going to create dot class, and then we're going to say start activity with the intent. So just to show the second activity. This is on the main activity when you set on click listen for the add button. Okay. Yes. Sometimes it doesn't give you select text. Yes.
Unfortunately, before I deleted my previous code, I have activated key, local key.
Okay.
And how can I delete a local key?
Yeah, you check it here. Okay. Check.
Check.
No, check here. The check button. Yes. And then probably have a button here committed. I don't know which one because I don't use one. Yeah, commit. Yeah, you put a message.
Like this is the add button function.
Okay. And then let's commit. Virtual controller. But now it's want to go to the yes. So package context, don't need to write it, just a hint. Okay. Main activity that can create the where we're going to go, product detail activity class. And we start the activity. Now if you press play, we press the add button, we put here the content, And nothing happens because we didn't put the functionality. Now we need to put the functionality to add a new item. So we're going to go to the product detail activity, and we're going to get here the two text views. Text view name text view and text view quantity text view.
It's text.
Oh yes, it's edit text. Sorry about that. So it should be edit text, and also name text and quantity edit text. And you do the find view by ID. Okay. So now when the user presses the back button and is on the screen, we want to put this information on the singleton. So on back pressed, before we call the super, we are going to create a new product with the name and with the quantity. But the quantity we need to convert it to just integer. So and then we're going to add on our array. So we get the name, the text from the name, edit text, and we get the quantity from the text, but we also convert to integer and put in a new product. Then we add this new product on the array.
But we have two edit text.
Yes, and we are getting both of two, the name edit text and the quantity edit text.
Oh, okay. Two. And could I use double here?
Now, if your quantity is a double, you can, but you need to make sure that your product is a double, the quantity. For me, it's an integer.
Oh, okay. Now it's integer. So it's the same use, it's same method, double point variable.
Yes. We can to facilitate, we can do like this.
Get them and then pass them to
Now if we test it, we press, and we add product, you put information, and when we press back, nothing has changed. Why is that? We have changed it on the singleton, but we didn't let the adapter know that it has changed. Okay?
To tell the adapter.
We need to tell the adapter. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, now we need to go back to the main activity, and at the end, just before the last bracket and before the other one, so now we are going to create a function on resume. On resume, it's called every time this screen is going to appear to the user. So we go to the second screen, this screen disappears. When we go back, it will appear again. So we're going to let know that maybe some change has happened. So we notify. We are going to put notify data set changes. Why? We don't know what has happened outside of this screen. So let us know that something may change outside. So now, if I press play, and I click add button, banana, and 3 bananas, and then press back, we have here the last item as banana. So we can add new item.
Excuse me, sir. Why is not notify inserting, but the class have changed?
Because we are saying something has changed here, because we're also going to use the same screen to edit the items. Okay.
What if we use notify inserted, what will happen?
It's the same thing. We have similar result.
It's the same result.
Yeah.
And the resume is like when you post a video and then you resume like this.
No, actually, resume here is similar concept, but here's like the active has disappeared and it's appeared again. Okay, everybody got it? So now, I want, when I click the button, instead of me putting clicked here, I want to go to this detail activity and change the details. Okay? So, I want to, when I on item click, I want to go to the second screen as well, okay? So, intent equals new intent main active dot this product detail activity dot class and start activity with this intent. Yeah. What? Change. Yeah, change the.
I just found, I just remember it's Control and K.
Oh, okay. So now, if I am on activity and I click an item, it goes to the detail activity. But I want to edit the details of this item. So what I probably want is this to be filled with the content of the item that I clicked, right?
Get the position in the arrays.
Yes, we need to get the position. But how do we know the position? We have the position here, but we need this position on the detail activity. So you're going to put this information on the singleton. So I'm going to put here on the singleton. I will create an I'll create a public int selected index. just to put some information in it, okay? So now we have access to this selected index on the main activity and also on the detail activity. So on the main activity, you're going to put the value here, the position that was clicked, and then on the detail activity, you're going to pick up the content, okay? So, main activity, we are going to, before we start the activity, we're going to call the singleton, get instance, selected index equals the position that was clicked. So we put this line here. So now we are going to the product detail activity, and then the creation, we are going to get the product that was clicked equals singleton, get instance, so you're going to get from the product list get the one was selected index. Then we're going to pick the name and quantity and put here on the edit text.
Get the name and the quantity from every list in the singleton.
Yes, we just did that. Okay. So we add this. So now if I test the application, and I select, for example, item 5, I click, it appears item 5 with 5 items. But when I press back, for example, I will rename item 5 to item 99, okay? And when I press back, actually didn't change item 5, it add item 99. Okay? And also if you press add button, add product, we still get item 5 there. Try this one sometimes. Yeah. Okay. You're welcome. So we have two mistakes that we need to fix. Okay. First is what? We need a form for this product detail activity to know if it came from a selection of items or if it came with the add button. We need to know if we came from selecting or add product. Okay. So how are we going to do that? On the main activity, on the add button, we're going to add singleton, get instance, select index to put -1. Why -1? -1 we know that no index here will have -1. So it will be like identification to know that the add button was clicked to go to the second screen.
Could you re-explain, please?
We are going to put -1 to identify that it is going to go to the detail activity
Yes.
by pressing the add button. Because we know that -1, if we press any item on my list, no one will have index -1.
Yes.
So we know that it came from clicking the add product. So it's just a way for us to identify on the second one.
But the position was good. You click the position and...
But we want also for the add button. The add button, we don't want to have any position there. We want
okay. So the -1 is...
for adding new items.
Okay.
Okay. Now when it goes to the second screen, we want to check if the singleton get instance select index is bigger or equal to 0. We are going to put the content on the name text and the text. If not, it will be with nothing. Okay? Because we want the user, when he's adding, to type the new information.
So it's only available, it's only appropriate when we have only one button, except the RecyclerView, because if we have two buttons, it won't know which button I'm clicking on. If you put -1.
So you could put -1 for one and -2 for the other, if you want. Okay, now if I press item 3, I have item 3 and 3. If I press the add button, it is empty. Okay, just like I wanted. Okay, now I want to work on the back pressed. Why? Because I also need to know, am I editing a product, or am I adding a new one? You have here the codes for adding a new one. So we need to, if singleton get instance, select it, it's less than 0, we add the new button, the new item. Okay? If not, we want to change the item. So you're going to singleton get instance product list, and we're going to set as the position we are going to set, so it will replace the content of the product list. Okay. Now if I press play, I can change item 2 to be item 255. When I press back, it changed to item 255. And if I add a new product, banana with 3, I also have here banana with 3. So I can have both functions working now, okay? Yes.
Change item 0, banana 2.
Yeah, because you didn't implement your non-actives. Sure. You on the item click, you select each -1, but you want to select what? The position.
Oh.
The position what you want to change. Not -1. Okay? Yes. Here, like this. Stop the recording.